Delegates, it's a pleasure to speak to you today. I want to first make a point to Mac Musselwhite. My apologies for not making your meeting of the North Carolina Federation of Republican Men. I had a family matter to attend to, wish I could have been there, but I didn't want to acknowledge that. Fellow delegates, if you have a nominee for chairman that has been North Carolina Republican Party chairman prior to today, raise your hand. Well, I'm afraid we must have a fifth candidate that someone has missed, because I have read campaign rhetoric saying that this is not a time for on-the-job training. Excuse me, if you haven't occupied this seat, there is going to be some training on the job. All of you, I dare say, have heard at least a joke about a weatherman and how the weather people cannot get things right. Well, shoot darts at me because I was a military meteorologist. But there are many ways you can tell people about the weather. You can go out and look at what conditions are at the moment. That's called observing. You can go to a farmer's almanac and tell people what you anticipate based on what is written. You can look at meteorological charts and see what a computer puts out for a model. And you can utilize all of the above, plus arm yourself with knowledge of the Earth's science so you know the dynamics of the atmosphere and know when to override the previous things that I mentioned. Anyone can regurgitate. Anyone can recapitulate. But as Dr. W. Edwards Deming said, there is no substitute for profound knowledge. We do not need a chairman that will rattle off statistics, will tell you trends. We need someone to know what is going on at the root of the problem, of the situation. We don't need a politician. We don't need endless endorsements. We need to hear what the candidate has to say, look at the track record, and then get some results. As far as endorsements are concerned, not besmirching endorsements because they have their place. But full reliance on endorsements can lead you down the path you don't want to go. Can anyone remember Enron? There was an accounting firm by the name of Arthur Andersen. How did Arthur Andersen build its business? It built its business through referrals, quote-unquote endorsements. You need to decide for yourself who is going to lead the party. Because there's a risk when you have a multitude of endorsements from people who aren't even delegates. They didn't see fit to get involved in the process. But they're going to tell you how to vote. Negative. We are overlooking some significant areas of the constituency. objective is to get Republicans and conservatives in particular into office. Conservative Republicans. But there are some in this state who out of fear will not change their political affiliation. And you know what I'm talking about. For fear of being fired. And when our rhetoric goes out there saying we're going to defeat Democrats indiscriminately and not focusing in on the fact that we're looking to unseat them in the legislature and get rid of those who have liberal policies, we have missed the mark. We allow the outside to identify who we are. Issues of affirmative action. Where's the courage to say affirmative action has no place today? What about things in our heritage? And I say our because we're talking Americans. Where's the courage in saying there's nothing wrong with the Confederate flag? Bless God, if you can wave a rainbow flag, you can wave a Confederate flag. And that's my point. We're not into censorship. Some may want to tell you that you can liken me to Colin Powell. Or even say that I am more like Michael Steele. Well, what about some other names? Clarence Thomas. Dr. Alan Keyes. Walter Williams. We have some strong conservatives. It is in your hands, fellow delegates. Both your heart and your conscience. But this is your opportunity if you want to see me as your next chairman. Do not hope that Bill Randall can get involved from the sidelines. You can't put a player in the game that doesn't have the uniform on. If you want to see me there, vote your conscience. And I thank you for your time and attention.